Hello, everyone, and good evening. This is Omkar, aka Sitar Guide, for this quiz, and welcome to today's musical and lyrical edition of the Family Quiz. We'll start in a couple of minutes, just waiting for our host for the day and man of the hour, Bertie Ashley, to join in. Hello to all of you who are joining in today. And I see quite a few interesting team names already. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Say hello, and I say hello back to them. Team Vienna are quite crazy about music and lyrics, is what I've been told. So, a warm welcome. Praful, RPS, both of you say hello. Just waiting for Bertie to figure out how to join the quiz. Nautanki are asking me to Hamari bajana mat. No, I won't do any of that. Maybe the questions might, but I think you all will enjoy the questions regardless. They're quite interesting. And Bertie has very kindly set quite a few questions for today. So, all flowers to him, all bouquets to him, without giving too much away. So quick update from Bertie is that he got signed out while he was trying to present the quiz. Strange turn of events that has happened. But while we wait, let me just share my screen and the presentation and have everything ready for when Bertie comes on. Oops. I think some of you saw a few questions, but that's all right. We'll get to those anyway. Just let me know if you can see the questions. Okay. It looks like everyone can see my screen, so thank you for that heads up. Uh, while we wait for our man of the hour to join back, here are a few questions for you to try. These are from the mid-season special from Simple Interest, which is our daily quiz league. These are from the big league set. All answers begin with J. We posted this question, or we posted this set on the 14th of this month, and you can try these three questions out while we wait. Participants in Simple Interest get such interesting questions every day delivered straight to their inboxes every morning. It's a rather nice way of starting the day, is what we've been told by lots of people. And of course, there are funny badges and a leaderboard to see how you do against other fellow quizzers. So it's all in all quite a fun thing to participate in, without obviously any of the complications that come with a lot of gobbledygookish quizzing. We like to keep things simple, as the name suggests. And crazy gods are the first to get all three correct. Although I must say that they've identified the Sri Lankan city and not the cricket ball. And I've just been told that Bertie is back. So let me just quickly unmute him. Where is Bertie Ashley? Bertie, I'm unmuting you. Can you hear me? If you can, blink once. If you can't, blink twice.
Well, I have blinked, clapped, and also played some. I am here.
Okay, that's great to hear. So what I've done is, while we were waiting, I've shown a couple of questions and spoken a little bit about Simple Interest, and we can continue as we had planned originally. I will be the slide jockey for today, and you can do the hosting.
Perfect. Awesome.
So without further ado, let me just reveal the answers for the questions that you see on the screen here. They are Jaffa, which is an unplayable, exceptionally well-bowled delivery. The Sri Lankan city is Jaffna. The slug-like alien from Star Wars is Jabba the Hutt. And finally, the meat preparation that takes its name from the Quechua word charqui is jerky, as in beef jerky, or jerked meat, which is one way of preserving meat, preserving food items. So a new season of Simple Interest is about to start on the 1st of the next month. Stay tuned because we have something exciting lined up on what you get if you join Simple Interest immediately after this quiz ends. All right, so let's get started with the musical edition of today's quiz. Over, the show is, the opening gig is over, and here's the headliner. Bertie, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm just maintaining silence because I don't want to ruin the opening act.
Okay, we just quickly recap our rules, which are to make sure that your videos are off. That saves bandwidth for everyone and doesn't put unnecessary pressure on on my internet connection, which is slightly weak, but I think we'll be able to make do with it anyway. We might call on you to turn your audio on and give an answer every once in a while, so please be sharp, keep an eye out for your name being called out. As usual, send your answers on chat. I'll be calling out the names of some of the teams who answer correctly, and we have one bonus point for every team which is the first to answer a particular question correctly. Okay, so with that, Bertie, it's over to you.
Got it. I just want to quickly say that you said B sharp, but B is one of the notes in music which does not have a sharp. Okay, so it'll be A flat. So let's head on with that to Lyrically Yours. So this is round 1. We have 5 questions on lyrics. So basically, either the lyrics come up or a story behind the lyrics, and you have to put in the answers in the chat. Let's go to question number 1. Yes. Next slide, please. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. These are the starting lyrics of which quite popular song. These are not translated. These are the lyrics as such from the song. So these are the starting lyrics of which song? That is your question.
Okay, and I see some answers coming in. OYFC seems to have sent me ABCD as their answer. I can't quite decipher what that is.
Is that A, B, C, D, E, F, G? If that's how it starts.
Or is it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I,
oh, no.
J, K, L, M? Can't stop there. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Can't stop there as well. Y, Z. I sing this song. But the first correct answer is from I ate the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh,
they are right, as are RPS.
The problem with this type of questions is that I have to stop myself from humming the tune or singing it instead of just reading it. And that's really tough.
Are we in performance today, Bertie? You are right, you like playing the bass.
I know, but on hotspot, nope, not taking the risk. Are we giving any clues? Or are we going on to the next one?
Here are your options. That's exactly what I was getting to. Here are your options.
Hey Jude, All You Need Is Love and Yellow Submarine. If you haven't figured out, all 3 are by one of the greatest bands, the Beatles. So we know that it's a Beatles song. So which song is it? The first 2 lines of Hey Jude, All You Need Is Love and Yellow Submarine.
Okay, so Kraken Connects, there's your hint. You can pick one of those. It's not Smash Mouth. Vulcans, you were thinking of the right band, but not the right song. Crazy Golf, right. Vulcans are right on the second try, as is Richa. Drew Barrymore in the house. She is also right.
Wow.
Second Connect, you'll need to give it another go, as will Totoro.
Is it Drew Barrymore or Dr. Barrymore? Dr. Barrymore.
No, I said Drew Barrymore, DREW, wow. As in the past tense of draw. So past participle, perhaps. Okay, so Navia will have to try again, and Niran and the Kraken Connects will have to try again as well. Niran and the Kraken Connects sounds like an awesome band name, if I might say.
Metal band, Pune metal band only.
Okay, question number 2 coming up.
When shown the lyrics to Mera Kuch Saman, what did R.D. Burman jokingly say Gulzar would ask him to set tune to next? Yes, a very iconic exchange between two of the greatest figures in Indian music, R.D. Burman and Gulzar.
And OYFC have the first answer in a very, very clever answer. I'm almost tempted to give them a point. They say, would it be the list of, would it be a laundry list, a literal dhobi list? I'm not going to give it to you for that, but you can have a pat on the back.
Very nice.
Team Totoro are guessing shopping lists. Before we get into any other lists, I'm going to give you the options.
A newspaper headline, a phone book, a blank page. By the way, Shopping List is a brilliant song by Steven Wilson, the lead singer of Porcupine Tree. And the shopping list contains many items. The first one being sunglasses, which is interestingly read out by Elton John, who's a big fan of sunglasses. That's your trivia for the day.
Okay, it looks like a lot of people are going for one of the three options.
Is it the right option?
It's probably not what we are looking for. So Kraken Karnik's RTS, Crazy Gods will have to try again. Praful is bang on. Bingo for Praful. The same for Trimurti. Rabia and Team Vienna will have to try again as well. While you mull that over, I think it's time to go to the next question.
Question number 3. These are the lyrics to which song? Okay, let me not sing it. When the moon rises in the blue sky, it showers love and makes me yearn. Wish there be such a companion. Wish there be such a lover who satiates the thirst of the heart. ...
Oh, so soothingly read, Verti. What a voice.
Let me just put it clearly that the ... is not there in the original version. That is my that's my interpretation of the lyrics.
And again, it's I ain't the sharpest tool in the house, in the shed, which has got this absolutely spot on. Take that one extra point, good sir or madam. Kraken Karnik's Crazy Gods, OIFC Hugh Grant, Hi Drew are also right.
Well done.
Okay, in case you needed any options, here they are.
Why don't you read it, sir? Because I might end up singing it.
Is it November Rain by Guns N' Roses? Is it Aisa Koi Sathi? Or is it Ek Garam Chai Ki Pyali?
I wouldn't mind a garam chai right now, but okay.
I wouldn't mind one either. And I'm not going to say if that is a hint in any form.
Oh, good one.
Okay, so Team Vienna, Drew Barrymore, Abhishek, Trimurti have all got this right. Well done, you guys. We'll move on to the next question.
Question number 4. In 2018, there was some outrage on Twitter because spectators observed that the Spanish footballers were not singing along with their national anthem. So why was that? Here are two examples of tweets. Somebody said, not one player singing the national anthem for Spain there. Not one. Hashtag World Cup. Seriously, can't believe the Spain players refusing to sing the national anthem for the second match in a row. IRNESP. So why weren't any of the Spanish players singing that?
Okay, and we have correct answers flying in as fast as the goals scored by the Spanish team. And OYFC/Hugh Grant are the first to get this absolutely right. You can take that one bonus point. Well done. Followed by Rabia, Team Vienna. You're all absolutely correct. And
is anybody from Spain?
Kraken Karniks have preempted one of my wrong options already.
Oh, very nice. Is anybody from Spain here? That'll be interesting.
I'm going to show you some of the options or the three options we have for this question here. And Team Vienna have got some interesting trivia to share. They say the Spaniards were inspired by Liverpool fans singing "You Will Never Walk Alone."
They're preempting one of the questions from the quiz. Wow. Okay, so
But
here
they're
are your
not sure
options.
it happened.
The
And
players were protesting, solidarity with Catalonia, and C, it has no lyrics.
okay, so Crazy Gods, Nautanki, Kraken Karnix, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, Vulcans, Trimurti, RPS have all got this right. We shall move on very swiftly to the final question of this round.
Very apt lyrics to the title song of which TV series? Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait, the Earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to rule, Neanderthals developed tools, we built a one, we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mysteries. It all started with the dash, dash.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to give an answer out. Well done,
Oh,
Bertie.
I had to read it out. Just making sure my hotspot within the 2 bits it works. I give out the whole question.
Ah, well done. Okay. So, the first to get this one right are the Kraken Karnix. Well done,
Well
Kraken
done.
Karnix. Good job. Followed by Totoro, Nautanki, Drew Barrymore, Trimurti, Richa, the sharpest tool in the shed, Austinite, Crazy God, Prashant, Vulcans, as well as Dilip Dhamankar. Well done, you all. In case anyone needed the options, they are
A. Cosmos, starring Neil deGrasse Tyson. B. The Big Bang Theory. Or C. Blue Planet. Excellent options, I should say.
Thank you. Thank you. I shall take a bow later after the quiz.
Yes. Not now and lose the hotspot.
And Nautanki say they do not want to see Neil deGrasse Tyson singing this song. I think it is safe to say nobody wants to see you sing this song. Okay, we'll go on to the answers to the rock round.
Yes.
If you will very kindly do the honors.
Excellent. So these are starting with which song, and it's sung by John Lennon for one of the biggest hits, which is started off, which is "All You Need Is Love." Bum, ba-da-ba-da. All you need is love. Yes, it's question number 2. This was a newspaper headline, which is what Gulsa said he might be asked to set him due to next. So that was your answer. A newspaper headline.
Not the phone book or not the
Not
blank
a
page.
blank
I
page.
think Team Vienna were the ones who suggested Kora Kagaz because of blank
Oh,
page, but that's
blank
not
page.
quite the right
Interesting.
answer.
Hmm.
We like how you think though. Okay, moving on.
When the moon rises in the sky, it showers love and makes me yearn. Now, interestingly, it is not November, and it is Aisa Koi Sadi. Yes.
नीले नीले अंबर पर चांद जब आए प्यार बरसाए हमको तरसाए. I'm not going to attempt singing.
Well done. Well done.
Okay.
I feel it already. Well done. Question number 4. Oh, we have gone to it. Yes.
And the correct answer
It has
is
no lyrics.
it has no lyrics. There were lyrics at some point of time, but they're not really used. And it is an instrumental national anthem, and Spain is one of the only 4 nations in the world which has an anthem with no lyrics.
Interestingly, they did have a couple of years back, they had a nationwide referendum and they asked people for information. There were 4 finalists, but then finally everybody said, no, none of them were good enough, let's leave it. So there was no, finally they made sure it was instrumental as well. So yeah, completely
And
instrumental.
finally, the answer that Bertie did not give out while reading it out was Big Bang Theory, not Cosmos or not Blue Planet. Cosmos, as Niran says, should very rightly be associated with Carl Sagan because that was the original Cosmos.
Oh,
Cosmos,
yes.
the Neil deGrasse Tyson version came later. The correct answer here is Big Bang Theory. Let's see some scores.
Can I quickly say if there are 2 things which I love singing? One is this. The other is the theme song to from the Nickelodeon song of Phineas and Ferb. Both of them I just love singing at the same time. I should do a mashup of both. If anybody's out there, try it out. It's really cool.
When are we getting a music video next, Bertie?
It's coming. Okay, let's have the scores. Or
Okay,
what's
so
coming up
RPS
next?
is on 4 out of 5, Vulcans on 4 out of 5, Kraken Karnix on 4 as well. Drew Barrymore on 3 as our OYFC/Hugh Grant. Malcolm in the middle has a great song too, is what Norton Key tell us. I agree.
Yeah.
3 for Praful, 5 for Norton Key, 4 for Vienna, 6 for The Sharpest Tool in the Shed, 3 for Totoro, and 4 for Crazy Gods. Okay, with that, we shall go on to the second round, which is called Paper. It's a themed round, all about incredible instruments. We are going to play some audios, and you have to identify the musical instrument from the sound. Okay? Here's your first audio.
I have to say, there
But
was nothing wrong with your speaker.
How confident would you have been of identifying this one without knowing what it was all about?
Me, I wouldn't
Yes.
have had to listen to the track at all. With your question itself, I would have discovered it. Which I did when you sent me the. As soon as I saw the name, I was like, okay, there's only one answer that could come out of this.
And everyone's caught on quite well. Totoro are the first to answer this absolutely right. The spelling is a little off, but we'll accept it regardless.
Do you have a clue, or can I give a clue? Like a very.
You can, but it doesn't look like anybody needs it anyway.
Okay. The clue I was going to give was it's actually in one of the books that I wrote. They have written that you can make this instrument using 4 pieces of PVC pipe and a couple of flange valves. That's it. And you can make this instrument yourself at home.
How wonderful. The other people in the home. Okay, so Totoro, Abhishek, Richa, OYFC, Crazy Gods, you're all right. Austinite, Austinite is also right. Team Vienna and Vulcans might want to try again. RPS will have to try again as well. Kraken Karnix, there is not a lot of clues going on in this round because it's the theme round.
Yeah.
You just have to identify.
Well, Team Vienna, I know you're thinking about classical instruments because you're from Vienna, hopefully. Please think about other places in the world also.
Okay, so where would you find Aborigines? And I think we've featured this instrument, if not its sound, on the family quiz at some point in the past. Okay, not only I don't see what your answer was, so you can just type it out again and I'll tell you if you got it. Meanwhile, we'll move on to question number 2, which is this one. I'm doing a little bit of head banging while that thing was playing.
Absolutely. I must say, that's an excellent playing of that instrument. I can play that instrument, but that is the ghost notes on the right hand were really well done. Good job. Who was playing it? Was it you, by the way?
Oh, no way. I'm not that good at percussion. Okay, so Nautanki, your answer to the previous one is right. The first to answer this question, but you went with Richard Feynman, not the instrument that we are looking for. So they said bongos, which is not what we are looking for.
Yes.
Crazy Gods are the first to get this absolutely right. So well done. Nautanki went for the same percussion instrument as well. So let's see who else have got this right.
By the way, there are 2 spellings for it. The original starts with a particular letter. Then there's another one which people kind of misspell it as. Are we taking both, Omkar?
Well,
I don't know if you're getting both, but yeah. I've gone to a few music shops where they start.
The right one.
Perfect.
Okay, so OYFC have also got this right. RPS are absolutely right. Richa, you are also right, as are Totoro. And let's see who else. Nautanki as well as Abhishek. So well done. We'll go on to question number 3. This is one of my favorite bits from this quiz. Is one of my favorite pieces of film music ever composed. Just identify which instrument this piece is being played on. All right.
Beautiful.
It does sound like an electric violin, but let me tell you, it's not that. It's something else. Nautanki were the first to answer, but they went off in a different direction, as did the Vulcans. The sharpest tool in the shed is the first to get this right, so you can have that bonus
Well
point.
done. Well done.
There's a slightly unusual instrument, and while we are talking about hints, a character from a show that appeared previously in today's quiz knows how to play this one. Let's see how many catch on to that. So Nautanki, Totoro,
But
Richa.
here's the thing: anybody can play it, but you have to get music out of. That's the tough part.
The philosopher in you is really shining through today, Bertie.
No, because I have tried playing it. It's not easy. It looks very easy, but it's not.
Okay. So OYFC, it's not Vuvuzela, and Nautanki tell us that Hannibal Lecter plays it, which is quite an interesting thing to know. It's Debashi, it's not the human voice, it's not the cello or the viola either. Kraken Karniks seem to have gotten this one right. Kraken Karniks are absolutely right. Thanks.
If I can give another clue.
Yes, please.
This is one of those rare instruments which is named after the person who invented it. Like, for example, the saxophone is named after Adolphe Sax. Like that. This is one of those rare instruments that's named after a person.
Okay. And Sanasi has very helpfully sent another hint. And she says it's an instrument you play without touching it. There are not too many instruments of that kind. It's almost as if you can play it by remote control. Okay, moving on to the next one. And Bhatti, I'll take this one. This is Milind Turankar playing a bandish in Rag Puriya Dhanashri in Jhaptal, which is a 10-beat cycle. Just identify the instrument that Mr. Turankar is playing here. That was the audio clip, and we've got correct answers from almost everyone. Manjiri Dhamankar is the first to get this right.
Well done, Manjiri Dhamankar.
Superb answering. You get one bonus point for that. Followed very quickly by Richa, Team Vienna, Nautanki, OYFC, Vulcans, Totoro, the Kraken Karniks, Rabia, the sharpest tool. Almost everyone has gotten this right.
Well done.
Of course,
Omkar
/OYFC tell us that it is not a good instrument to be playing around with in a drought.
Yes. Omkar, I will take the next question. Why don't you take a break and hydrate yourself?
Thank you so much. I think I need a...
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see.
Let's go on to question number 5. Here is the famous scene from the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So what unusual object is being used here to make the sound of the hooves? This is from one of the starting scenes of the movie Monty Python's Holy Grail. Iconic. Let's listen to this. Dun, 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 dun.
goes there? It is I, Arthur, son of Uther Pendragon from the castle of Camelot, king of the Britons, defeater of the Saxons, sovereign of all England. Pull the other one. I am.
Yes. So you heard the unmistakable sound of the hooves of horses. But what unusual object was used to make the sound of the hooves? I'll give you a clue. Monty Python unfortunately did not get too much funding for this movie, right? So they did not have money to get actual horses. So they had to come up with something. And the running gag is that the very object that you hear is actually shown on film. So what object is used to make the sound of the hooves?
Okay. Vienna want to hear this once again, so we'll do that. We'll
Yeah.
play it once again for them.
Pull! Who goes there?
Okay.
It is I.
And Kraken Karniks are the first to answer, so you can have that +1 bonus for that Kraken Karniks, followed closely by Nautanki, Vulcans, Debashish, OYFC, Richa, Rabia, Abhishek, Crazy Gods,
Good job.
as well as a lot of other people. I think Team Vienna are going with wooden spoon. That's probably what they think they're going to get for this question. Nautanki seemed to have answered this before we even played the clip, but Niran beat you to it, so he gets the bonus point for this one. And Crazy Gods, you're absolutely right. In the movie, they're not actually on the horse. They are walking around making that noise, which is why you actually get to see them.
But I have to say, they're not walking around. They're actually jumping around or galloping around on foot as if they're on a horse.
And I think King Arthur even pretends to be holding the reins of the horse.
And whoa, he says, yeah. And Ian Gilliam is brilliant in this. Okay, okay. I can keep going on about Terry Gilliam and everything, but let's go.
Okay, here's the bonus question. Identify the instrument, the song, and the composer. It's just that 8 seconds of music. What instrument did you just hear? What song was it? And who is its composer?
By the way, if you have noticed, it is not the original song. This is a beautiful cover of that actual song. So we need the actual song and the composer of that.
And all 3 answers together, please. That will help me keep a track of who gets the bonus. I'll play this again for everyone. Okay, so Manjari, yes, it is a Bollywood. And I don't see all 3 parts in any answers so far. You've got 2 parts right, but not the first one. The second and third, almost everyone's got right, not the first one. And Vulcans are the only one to get the first part right, but they seem to have missed the other 2. OYFC, RPS, again, the song and the composer you've got right. The instrument is slightly off.
There's
Manjari,
2 words for this. There's an English name for this instrument as well. I think we can take both.
Yeah. Both of them are acceptable. Okay, so Manjari has got the instrument right.
Yay.
Trimurti have got the instrument wrong, but the rest of the 2 things right. OIFC, the same deal again. Nautanki are the first one to get all 3 parts correct. Well done. A well-deserved bonus point. And that brings us to the answers of this round. So, the Aboriginal instrument is the didgeridoo. You can just see how it is being played here. It's a common instrument. because you have to be taking in the breath while also blowing through your mouth at the same time. And
Quick
it takes a lot
thing,
of skill.
if you're listening to one of the high quality videos of didgeridoo playing on YouTube, I would strongly suggest you use headphones or good panned speakers, because whenever recording a didgeridoo, usually what we do is we pan it to the left and right so that the it sounds like it's traveling through your head.
That's a wonderful trick. I'm going to try this out the next time around. Okay. The second instrument, which gets its name from the Spanish word for box or crate, is the cajon. You can have a look at how it's played here. Okay, so that was the story. The story goes that the laborers who were being made to work who were brought from Africa and who were employed in South America, the slave masters had banned all forms of music. And so after a day of work, they just used wooden crates from their shipping dockyards, which are lying around, to produce music. And that is how this instrument came into being.
Yes. And the answer for number 3 is the theremin, which is named after Leo Theremin, the Russian inventor. So it is played by manipulating the electronic induction waves between the two antenna on the instrument, and it is usually heard in horror movies and spooky songs because it does sound very spooky. Okay, now let's see the video and also see it in action. She isn't touching anything, it's just hands in the air, and only because of the way she moves her hand, the sound is produced.
Okay, question number 4. That was the theremin. Question number 4. This is Jal Tarang. Let's have a quick look at how it's played. Not unlike a xylophone, it has bowls of various sizes, which are filled with water, which gives the gel part of it, and tarang because it sounds almost like a continuous wave. And finally,
the famous scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, if you have seen, it's 2 halves of coconuts. And you were going to see Terry Gilliam right now banging 2 coconuts together.
okay.
Halt. By the way, there's still a doubt whether it was a European swallow or an African swallow that brought the coconuts to the UK. So, but if anybody knows, let us know.
And we'll make sure to send your answers across to Monty Python as well, or what remains of it. And finally, the song, the instrument, and the composer was the Morsing, or the jaw harp, or the Jew harp, or the Morchang. There are lots of names for this thing. It's actually held between your jaws and played. The part that you see in the center is the one that is twanged. And it was in Jia Jale by A.R. Rahman. You can see it being played here. So this was the Berkeley Indian Ensemble's cover of A.R. Rahman's song, and highly recommended. Please go check them out.
Yes, all the versions.
And let's see some scores before we move on to the last round. Team Vienna, looking at how Monty Python managed to fool us with their horse sounds, say it was na real.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. By the way, if you go to Scotland to the castle, Durin Castle where this was taken, they sell just 2 bits of coconut for about €4 or €5 and saying these are horse hoof sound makers. Guess what? When I go there, I'm definitely going to buy it.
Bertie, the Madurai person in you will probably die of shame.
I know.
Okay, so the Vulcans have 3 out of 6 in this round, 4 for the Kraken Karniks, 6 on 6 for Nautanki. Well done. 10 for I, the sharpest tool in the shed so far, I think. Toro 7 for Nautanki, 5 for OIF, 2 grand Scottish pounds, surely. It does sound like to do. All right. No points for just the song and composer, but you can give yourselves a pat on the back. That brings us to the final round of today's quiz, which is called Scissors. We have saved the best for the last, and all of these questions are by Bertie himself. So, Bertie, let's take this
Yes, let's go. I am a big fan of Western classical music. So this is a chance for me to get you to answer something about Western classical music. Now, you might think, no, what would I know about Western classical music? I've never heard anything, but I have a feeling that all of you are going to do very well and realize that you know more about Western classical music than you think you do. So here we go to question number 1. Why would Mozart's 25th Symphony number 25, be familiar to anybody who grew up in the 90s? Here is a small bit of Mozart Symphony number 25 from the movie Amadeus. Hit it.
And everyone's gone down nostalgia lane.
See, I told you, it's one of my favorite symphonies. The whole thing, the entire 22 minutes of the original with 7 minutes of this part is beautiful. Mozart Symphony number 25. Please go home, or you're already home. After the quiz, please listen to it later. But right now, why would this be familiar to you if you were in the 90s?
So this is turning out to be less of a quiz and more of a music recommendation show.
Yes. Good job. Well done. Next thing
you
have to do is we have to release a FQ and Spotify playlist.
We just might do that. Okay, so Totoro are the first to get this right, so 1 bonus point to them, followed by OYFC, Vulcans, Kraken Karniks, Nautanki, Team Vienna, Richa, Drew Barrymore, Trimurti, as well as, let's see who else, Abhishek. Okay.
Those who are writing the answer, watch what you're writing, okay? Don't make any spelling mistakes.
Okay, moving on to question number 2.
So this is one of my favorite pieces of music of all time. It's the Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 by Franz Liszt, one of the greatest composers, so huge that the word Listomania was made up for the amount of celebrity press that he got, which later became Beatlemania and nowadays Any Music Mania, but it was for him. So you all most probably heard it. So I want you to tell me where you would have heard Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. Can we have a small listen of Hungarian Rhapsody, Mr. Omkar?
Yes, sir, we can.
Suggest forwarding for somewhere around the 6-minute mark or 7-minute mark and playing a few seconds. That might help people more.
Okay, let me figure out how to do that.
Okay. Oh, this slider.
What has happened is the slider is being obscured by the presentation controls. Okay, hold on just for a second. Oh yeah, this is the relevant one. This is the relevant bit. Okay, I think we can pause there and see who all have got this right.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there's already a hint in the question. It says, in which famous animated short would you have heard a rendition of Hungarian Rhapsody number 2? And when I say famous, it was super famous. It was so famous, in fact, that it has won animated. It has won an Oscar award. It has won a Academy Award for the brilliance it was.
Oh, and like you told me, there is another animated short which also features this. There was actually a row between the producers of this one and the other one saying, "You've copied us." No, you've copied us, because a lot of similar gags going on around.
And they went at the same time. But the point was, this one that we're looking for, actually either one will work, but this one was the one which won the Oscar award for its animation, because they managed to match the playing on the piano with the animation, which was amazing. So the notes you see in the animated video are literally the notes that are mostly hit like 80% of the time.
Okay, so Shakil Ridwan Karim is the first to get this right.
Congratulations, well done.
Followed by Richa, Vulcans, Kraken Karnik, so OYFC, Drew Barrymore, Abhishek, Team Vienna, Totoro, RPS. You've all got this right. And we'll go on very swiftly to the next one.
Question number 3. Toot, Whistle, Plunk and Boom is a 1953 educational adventures in music animated short film produced by Walt Disney. It is a stylized presentation of the evolution of the 4 sections that make up an orchestra. So, what do Toot, Whistle, Plunk and Boom represent? So basically, they are represented as 4 characters in this Walt Disney animation, but they refer to the 4 sections of a Western musical orchestra. So what are the 4 sections of? Basically, the question is, what are the 4 sections of an orchestra? I'm making it easy by giving you such random funda and introducing you to a Walt Disney short. But yeah, that's it. What are the 4 sections of an orchestra?
Okay, and not so surprisingly, not only are the first to get this right, well done. We've got OYFC coming in next with the sections of an orchestra as their answer, which is quite what we're looking for.
That's literally what we're looking for, yes.
Team Vienna, you've got one, you've missed out on one. Vulcans.
Let me give you a small clue. The names of the characters, Toot, Whistle, Plunk and Boom, are representative of their characteristic sections. I mean, they're representative of their sections. The names are very important.
Absolutely. That's a lovely hint, buddy. Okay, and more correct answers from OIFC and RPS. Okay, we shall, I think, very quickly move on to the next question.
After a certain band finished a concert in Birmingham, the crowd kept clapping and chanting, "You'll never walk alone." Yes, Liverpool crowd, I know. Based on this emotional experience, the band wrote a song which was released in 1977 in the album News of the World. Now, an effect called a delay was used to produce the effect of lots of people taking part. Now, credits, that's a bit which says what are the instruments used and who played. It just simply says vocals, electric guitar, hand claps, and footsteps. So this is the story behind which famous song by which band. We need a band and a song. And right away I can tell you, you have all heard this song and almost all of you know at least the main vocal line of the song and you can sing this song. Or even perform this song actually. Almost all of you can perform this song. I'll give you that.
And OIFC tell us that this should have been in round 1. Perhaps they are finding it quite easy. But quite a few not so correct answers coming in as well. So Vulcans will have to try again because they've gone with the different band which has used a delay in a very famous song of theirs as well. But can you
Interesting.
guess which song, which band they might be talking about?
Well, if it's U2, then I think it's delay means it had to be U2 because their songs are known for the delays. But was that what you're talking about?
No, it's an American band.
American band with a delay on it.
Well, one song which is quite famous for using a delay.
30 Seconds from Mars.
Not quite. Okay, I'll give it out to you. The answer they were going for was Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not a delay. So that is called a flange and a reverb. So there's no delay in that. That's called a flange and a reverb. It's a very particular guitar unit. But yeah, well done.
This is why I like hosting quizzes. You know, I get to learn so much from everyone around me.
I can play that song for you later and figure out, tell you what's the difference between a delay and a flange and a reverb.
Okay,
but
first,
everybody else,
I must tear myself away and look at the answers. Kraken Karniks are the first to get this right, followed by Team Vienna, Naughty, Drew Barrymore, Richa, Vulcan, Totoro.
Imagine just clapping and chanting. That's all you need, clapping and chanting.
Kraken Karniks, this is not a Western classical piece of music, but it is definitely a Western classic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's 1977. It's a rock song, that I can tell you. Yeah, it's not anymore Western classical, it's rock.
Toto are singing I bless the rains down in Africa in the chat meanwhile.
Okay. Yes, so apparently people do know about me and my music tastes.
Okay, final question coming right up.
Okay, so this has got nothing to do with Western classical music or rock, but it's a very interesting thing which you can figure out. MP4 is a British rock band made up of 4 dash. The blank is not indicated. In 2005, MP4 recorded an EP entitled House Music, and in 2010 recorded their first full album, Cross Party. In December 2009, they became the first rock group ever to play at their home turf when they performed a sellout concert on the terrace. So, when they are not doing music for MP4, what do the 4 people in the band do? What are their day jobs?
Any hints that you can possibly give out, Bertie?
Yes. I would honestly pay a lot to see an Indian version of this, to see somebody in India bring it up. But yes, my clue is this. These musicians are usually not known for their ability to have the people up on their feet and singing. It's more about having people listen to what they say for long, boring speeches.
One wonders if people really listen.
Yeah.
They're usually playing to a different tune, as Totoro say. And
yes.
In way of a hint, Team Vienna say, did they perhaps bring the house down?
Oh, yes.
Do they really do their jobs?
I'll give you another clue. This is a very rare band where all the 4 members were chosen by the mandate, chosen by the people to be.
I think at this point we're just giving it away, Bertie.
A band which was chosen by even Backstreet Boys was chosen by the people. I mean, like if anything, American Idol or something like that, but not like that. Yeah.
Okay, so first correct answer coming in from the sharpest tool in the shed.
By the way, is this person a fan of the band Tool? Because it's a really good band. Yeah, so.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. And close on their heels are Team Vienna, Kraken Karniks. Who else? OYFC, Hugh Grant, Totoro, Naughty, Vulcans, RPS, Shakil, Ridwan Karim, Drew Barrymore, Rabia, and...
can I quickly ask, what's the spelling for Rabia? Is it R-A-B-E-A?
R-A-B-I-Y-A. It's quite possible that I'm pronouncing the name wrong.
No, because there's a brilliant musician called R-A-B-E-A, Rabia. That's why I thought maybe he's here, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to start fangirling right now.
Okay, Sai Priya, Satish are also right, as is Manjari. And that brings us to the end of this round, the final round in today's quiz. But before we go on to the answers, a quick word on what's coming up next in Family Quiz Night. We've got classic Family Quiz Night, a mixed bag of everything under the blue sky lined up for November 7. For November 21st, we've got a space-themed quiz on things all related to space, space flight, testing, history, everything that humanity has managed to achieve. Of course, there might be a question or two about Elon Musk and the likes, but it's going to be quite the place to be for all you space enthusiasts. We also now have the simple interest party quiz sets, which are quiz sets that you can download and conduct on your own for your house parties, for a fun outing at work, for anything that needs a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of interesting fun, and a little bit of smart engagement, as we like to call it. So we've got a party quiz set, we've got fun at work quiz sets. So do check it out at bit.ly/SIPartyQuiz. And here are the answers.
Yes. No, 5 questions. No, yes, simple interest big league and simple interest little league. I play it almost every day and I completely enjoy it. I will highly recommend playing and registering yourself for the league.
And like I said, there's something coming up for in case you have to just after the quiz. So just stay tuned after the answers. So, Bertie,
why would Mozart Symphony Number 25 be familiar to 90s kids? You all heard it. Titan. Well done. So this was chosen by Titan, and A.R. Rahman famously arranged it for the Titan ads for Ogilvy and Mather. So that's where you have heard it. These are the Titan ad tune. Well done. Okay. Question number.
So somebody also said it was the Raymond ad tune, but I think it was slightly different, not this one.
Yes, that was different. Yes. This is literally Mozart Symphony Number 25. Yes, and we all heard Hungarian Rhapsody Number 2. I would highly recommend watching live versions of this, just watching the hands go around on the piano. But this is the version we were talking about, Tom and Jerry in the Cat Concerto. Are we playing a bit of it?
A tiny little bit.
So there was a version with Bugs Bunny as well, but the version we were looking for was Tom and Jerry. Okay, Toot, Whistle, Plunk, and Boom. The names give it away themselves. Brass, woodwind, strings, and percussion. Brass is toot, woodwind is whistle, strings you pluck it, so plunk, and boom, because you hit it, are the 4 sections of the orchestra. Brass, woodwind, strings, and percussion.
Oh, while we are on the topic of orchestras and we've just looked at Tom and Jerry, there's this wonderful video of some London-based orchestra playing the full Tom and Jerry theme and assorted bits of music from the show live. Do check that out. I'll send out.
I will also send you a link on Telegram, Omkar, to another orchestra which plays all the famous 90s cartoons tunes, including cameos by the cartoon characters themselves. You can put it out on the
fabulous
FUKN Telegram channel.
That's even more incentive to join us on Telegram, folks. Moving on to question number 4.
So question number 4 was what song by which band which has a lot of clapping and chanting, and it is. Thank you. Well done, Oka. We will rock you.
We'll rock you.
Yes.
Everyone's got it right. Well done. And finally, the 5th question.
Yes, MP4 or MP stands for Members of Parliament. So these 4 gentlemen were from different parties in the UK Parliament, and they became MP4. They're not great, but they're good. They play some good old blues and rock and roll. Do check it out. MP4 is Members of the Parliament. And that brings us to the end of the quiz. Please send in your scores. Let's see how everybody's done.
And now for this that we've all been to drum roll, please. If you happen to sign up for Simple Interest within the next hour, we've got a festive gift for you all. Usually the annual subscription is 1999 per person, but because it's festive time, we are making it a giftable option. So you sign up, you get the subscription, you also get to gift it to somebody else, a friend, a family member who you would like to gift a year's worth of interestingness, of learning, of daily, simple, non-complicated, fun quizzing. So just head to bit.ly/T2W simple interest to grab your spot soon. Just for 1 hour, we'll be stopping the 1+1 gift spot at 9 p.m. IST sharp. And now let's see some quick scores. OYFC Hugh Grant, highly recommend simple interest. They've gifted it to 3 people and they say all 3 of them love it. And by the way, for that, you are getting 3 months of simple interest added onto your subscription for free.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Program.
That is amazing.
Okay, so let's see some scores. OYFC are on 5 on 5 for this round. Totoro on a total of 14. 17 out of 16 for Norton Key. Kraken Karnix are on 5.5 in this round, so a total of 13 for them. 11 on 16 for Vulcan. Team Totoro, I love what you're saying. They are recommending Miyazaki movie soundtracks on live orchestra.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely worth listening to it. Cracking Karnix, we do not let Bertie play Little League only when the sets go out by design or by accident. But I've been told.
Let me quickly interject and say I was sent Little League by accident once, and yes, I got 3 out of 5 on that, which is very embarrassing.
I must say most of our Little League players did better than that on that particular set.
I know.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining in today, folks. It was lovely hosting this musical version of the quiz for you. And Bertie, thank you so much for joining us, for the questions, for all the interesting trivia that you've sent.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Absolutely, my honor. And it's always good to do the simple interest quiz because of the amount of really good enthusiasm from everybody. I really hats off to Think to Win and to Omkar and the team. Well done, everybody. Good job. And when I send you the link to the music, when you listen to it, also think about all the effort that's gone into make this quiz happen almost every week, every day. Simple interest. You guys are doing a great job. Wish you all the best. And let's all go listen to some good music after this.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again on November 7th. But remember, if you are looking for something interesting to do every day, simple interest is the thing to do. And we've got a 1+1 gift spot going on right now. So make sure to head to bit.ly/T2W simple interest. With that, we'll sign off. That's a good evening, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are. From me and Bertie, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next on November 7th. Bye-bye.